Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Live from the Sugar Shack and Studio A, it's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, we talk to a company called NordPass about passwords and the auto industry. In our second segment, we are bombarded by car insurance ads every day. Divya Sangam schools us on how much we are really saving by shopping around. Jeff has a feature on the weirdest engines ever built. Conrad has the racing calendar and the car clinic, and we'll also have the stories making automotive news headlines this week. All just ahead on this edition of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We always need more Jeff Dziekan. I'm Don Armstrong. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a beautiful day here in the Houston, Texas area, and it's a great day to get out, maybe cut the grass and enjoy the day.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Too bad we didn't have this weather last weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man, that'd been great.
I know. All right. NordPass. Gerald Kasulis is with us, and he is the Vice President of Business and Channel, well, I don't know. What is it, Gerald? You tell me.
Hey, everyone. Good to be here. Just expansion in the United States.
I see.
Predominantly, yeah.
What does NordPass do?
So NordPass is a password management solution. So helps everyday users, like obviously for businesses, but as well as for someone like yourself or myself, to be able to securely store credentials, passwords, so you can think of any logins like Instagram, Facebook you have and you use, for instance, and you store that securely without you needing to remember that password. So it'll be pre-filling that password for you. So the days are gone where we have to create passwords that we will be able to remember, and then we end up sticking to one or two same passwords across different logins.
Well, and the way that we came about talking to you is the fact that apparently employees in the automotive sector use very weak passwords, and I would imagine it's probably across every sector. I know some people or companies that have such a very easy password, anybody could hack into it. What's the number one password that so many people use?
Here we go.
So number one password that people use is from last year. It's 123456.
I guessed it.
So sadly, it seems like someone just went to the keyboard and stick to the obviously to what's the easiest. And the habits don't change. It's always combination of either numbers or QWERTY. Just pretty much like I said, you just go to the keyboard, whatever is easiest. That's what people tend to stick, regardless of the industry, sadly.
And then there is another password that I guess falls in right behind it.
So 12345. So normally we say combination of very easy letters or numbers used, and like I mentioned, QWERTY is popular. And last year it was 123456. The year before it was password. So you can see the trend is not getting better, which password this year is number 3.
We actually need his service because I'm looking at my laptop here that Mike has put all the notes on, and there's 7 passwords on here. Mike's got one, Conrad's got
on a piece of paper placed right on top of the laptop.
Yeah.
There's your password.
Sadly, it's the way that, and to be honest, don't feel bad about it. I talk to large organizations and small organizations on a daily basis, and you'd be surprised how many even enterprise companies, they put passwords on sticky notes or email them across and whatnot. And this is literally highway to one-way ticket, highway ticket to
hell
and bad actors.
I'm on the highway to hell when you get it hacked in like that. And
they wouldn't use the word, but yes, you're absolutely right.
So your company does password generation as well as storage and entry for people. Is that what I gathered by what you said at the opening?
You can think of it this way, how passwords tend to be one of the biggest and easiest ways for bad actors, for hackers to pretty much get into your logins. And what we do as a company, as NordPass, as a product, is we take care of that for you. So you don't need to worry about the security of it. We do all that is needed. You just need to use the tool. And obviously in that tool, you have the encrypted storage, like a vault we call, where those passwords will be stored. So you eliminate the need for sticky notes or writing them down somewhere. And the beauty of it is you can easily share that amongst your friends, amongst your colleagues, between NordPass and NordPass. So automatically it's all fully encrypted, all fully secure. And like you said, you have that generation that will generate the password. So then again, you wouldn't need to think of it, what the password should be. Because I think we're still in the habit of, when we're creating a login somewhere or changing the password. I remember I used to be the same way, and probably most people at least used to be, and some people still are the same way. Well, we're creating a password and we try to think of the password that we will remember. But I always ask this one question is, when was the last time you logged in somewhere from the device that you don't trust? Meaning that it wasn't your laptop, it wasn't your phone, it wasn't like any of your work or personal devices. Probably never. Like, you cannot remember when was the last time you logged into Facebook from someone else's phone. Meaning, on your devices that you trust, you can have NordPass application, and that will interact between the laptops and phones and whatnot, and then automatically you have that pre-fill option available. So it'll pre-fill the passwords regardless how big, how long that password is, right? And that's what the generator will do. It will generate the password that is so unique that will be unguessable, and bad actors will not be able to use any type of algorithms to guess your password.
And then we only have to worry about how secure NordPass is, because you have
exactly.
you have everything.
That's on us. And the beauty is, like I've said, everything is fully encrypted within the vault, right? Within the storage where the passwords are stored. Everything is stored in the cloud, so meaning no data stored on the servers. And all that data there, where it's stored in the cloud, is zero knowledge architecture, we call, meaning that us as a provider of a password manager, we have no access to your credentials. We have no idea what is stored. And the only way for you to gain access to it is actually to identify yourself as a user. And you can set up further policies there as well, like multi-factor authentication, which is the biggest thing and probably the easiest security measure to implement for everyday users and companies that we always recommend. So you can have multi-factor authentication, like biometric setup, where for you to log in, you can have like face scan, fingerprint, things like that, that will pretty much make sure that the only person can access that vault is actually you.
So let me hear. I'm with you there on all my stuff. It's protected. I'm the only one that. But now,
hell, you can't even get into your own
Exactly.
stuff.
You remember it, for crying out loud.
So I'm wondering though, like
It's so good he can't remember.
yeah, like here. So we've got the way we're kind of set up. It's more like workstation. So Jeff's got his workstation. I've got mine, etc. We've all got one. But the idea is that if I'm not here, somebody's going to have to sit at this workstation and do that work.
Yeah,
so how
or do what you do,
that's
whatever you call it.
fine. It's an application that you need to log into. And the beauty of it also, you can set a policy how quickly you want that application to log out, right? So for instance, you can set it to as little as a few minutes, right? And meaning that you log into NordPass and you suddenly pop out to the restroom. And, a few minutes later, the app itself will lock. So meaning that another person could sit at the workstation, use it. They'll open up a NordPass, you'd be logged out, and that other person could log into their own NordPass. There's no passwords stored on that workstation. Everything is in a cloud.
Well, see, that's what I was wondering about. So if I didn't show up for work today, they could
We'd all be screwed.
Well,
I'd sleep in.
Maybe.
One of them could sit here at this workstation and literally log in through their normal channel or their normal login to get to.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Well, what I'm trying
I
to
know
ask
what you're
is
trying to
how
say.
could
The
comrades sit
login
here
to use unique.
Right. So if somebody else needs to use my
We
workstation
call
because
you.
they can only do the work here on my workstation the way it's set up, for example,
Yeah.
how do they
Access it.
access it and do the work if I'm not here?
On the laptop, they'll be able to use the laptop as they would, and the NordPass application would be there. And without you, obviously, the application would be logged out. They wouldn't be able to access your storage, your vault where the passwords are, but they'll be able to log into their own vault.
So in other
the
words,
beauty of it,
the car porn that he looks up would be exclusive to him, because if Jeff goes over there and tries to log in, it's not going to log in to him and all of his car porn that he's got on his computer over there. It would be Jeff's own stuff over there.
Because it would be Jeff's login to NordPass.
Yeah, right. Correct?
yeah, I could not have said it better. Yep.
Yeah, and you probably wouldn't have chosen that analogy
And
either.
and you can,
I would not have, but
you can use that in the future if you
Yeah,
like.
put it in
Yeah,
your flyer,
exactly.
your pamphlet.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
put it in your computer
Let me
and
take some
just have it
notes.
exclusively for you. Car porn.
Well, and I understand the service they're providing. It's, my new job, it's got to be 16 digits long, and it has to have alphanumeric, an uppercase, a lowercase, and a special character. Oh my gosh! Just trying to think up something that long.
16.
I don't.
Something that
I
you
don't
can
speak
remember.
in words that have more than 3 syllables in them, much less 16 characters long.
All right, so I decide that I'm going to use your service. Can you help us with all of that? Because I'm lost. If he's got to do that, I'm out.
Yeah. We have great support available that will always be happy to guide you through the sign up process, how you use the solution as well, the best practices. And then when businesses reach out to us, we have dedicated teams that deal with businesses and have full onboardments and hand holding. We're big around the education of things. So it's not just, we want to sell the tool. No, we want to educate the market for every individual user to protect themselves better. So your credentials would be secure. Your identity online would be secure. That's the biggest thing that we provide. Well, one of the biggest things. So 100% we would be able to help.
How much does it cost?
So it's not expensive. It works out to be, I cannot tell you off top of my head the consumer product how much it costs. It's around $2-3 a month, I believe. I deal more with business solution and with companies itself, with businesses. So I can tell you the business price, which is $3.99 US dollars per user per month. So we look at the users of the organization. So if a company comes to us and they have 5 people, then we'll look at it. Okay, so you'll need 5 licenses.
Okay. Okay.
And where are you located?
Don't be fooled by my accent. I'm located out of Los Angeles, personally. The company HQ is actually in Lithuania.
Lithuania. Oh, my God.
We need to do a remote from that.
That's another one of them 15-digit long words.
Lithuania. There you go.
There's your password,
So
Lithuania.
Let me ask you. Does anyone know where Lithuania is?
It's over there.
Somewhere in Europe.
I'm writing it down.
I mean, both answers are correct.
I want to know, that's not a Lithuanian accent that you've brought to the show today.
It's from Pasadena.
It's not. No, I grew up in UK. So I come from UK, and that when someone asks me where you're from, it's always confusing because I was actually born in Lithuania, grew up in UK, and now live in the US. So I'm from LA, from UK, from Lithuania. I'm a nomad.
Got it. Okay. Well, I just wanted to make
Well, we won't hold you being in LA against you.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, you'd much rather be here in Texas, I can tell you that, because most of your colleagues there in California are moving here.
Yeah.
Funny enough, like off topic, but there's Ironman Texas happening right this moment.
Yes,
in the Woodlands.
I would like to be in Texas.
There you go. Well, we'll think of you. We'll put a good word in for you next year.
It's Ironman Texas basically got the Woodlands shut down right now.
Yeah.
They've been talking about that up there.
And the
all week.
LPGA's up there, too, and all kinds of stuff.
Well, let's just go to Lithuania then.
All right.
No.
So the wealthiest companies' employees use dictionary words or their variations as passwords. And what is an example of that?
Example would be like vacation dummies. I mean full word rather just like a gibberish off the keyboard. So maybe that's the biggest difference that we saw when we did the study from generic everyday user with the passwords available from the breaches from last year, and like we spoke earlier, being just normally just a combination of letters and numbers. We see actual full words and company names, for instance, they work for as well. But sadly, it doesn't take it away. That still makes it a very weak password.
Okay, I have to ask you this question before we say goodbye. But the auto industry now has all of the cars that are manufactured, most of them anyway, that are capable of communicating with the factory. So if there is some sort of a computer problem within the car, the factory or you can log into whatever it is, and the information is downloaded into the car, the repair, whatever it may be.
Can be, yep.
And so can I, as a consumer, as a driver of this particular car that has a multitude of computers in it that can be hacked into, is there anything that I can do? Are you working with any of the manufacturers to come up with ways that the bad guy can't hack into my car?
So it's an excellent question, and I would say this is something that a lot individuals and companies should focus a lot more. We do work with automotive companies using our solution and implementing best practices for them as well around password management and education of those passwords use, etc., for them to make sure that their logins are protected, which predominantly protects the data they access, the company resources, meaning obviously exposure to their customer data as well. But 100% beyond that, mentioned multi-factor authentication already. This is something that we would definitely advise to start with for every user, because it tends to be free, right? So it tends to be on a different logins that you use. So even when you log into, if you have your car app or if you have any other logins that you're using, those websites they're using, they tend to offer, you want to set up two-factor authentication, like MFA or 2FA. We advise to always do that. I know, like, I used to be the same way, where we always think, oh, this is gonna prolong the time it'll take me to log in, so I'm gonna skip that part because the hacker's not gonna target me. And then sadly, we learned the hard way. So this is one of the things that we definitely advise to do. Then evaluate as well who you share the passwords with and how you share those passwords. Like we saw you guys have notes and just write them down as well. And that's actually very easy to get a hold of your password as well. Then of course, making a password strong. It is hard to remember long passwords, and especially nowadays with the sprawl of logins and applications we have as well. Without a password management solution, I'll be very honest, it's difficult to stay on top of your password health. And if you create a password that's secure, like you said, it could be 16 digits in length, and then you have capitalization and special digits, chances are you're going to forget it, right? Like you probably need to be a genius to remember all those passwords. And
well, thank you.
Definitely not. So.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Well, and it complicates things even more whenever these systems like Google come in and tell you got to change your password, and you can't change it. You can't use one you've used in the past, so you can't remember them anymore. You've got to change them every once in a while.
And you can't just pattern the one you used with a 1 at the end of it, because they recognize that and don't accept it.
Yeah.
Gerald,
I would say best password management policies go hand in hand with password management solution like NordPass.
Where do we get more information on NordPass?
Go on NordPass.com, and you'll be able to get more information for both consumer and business product. And there's a chat button, which is 24/7. Reach out to our team. Ask any questions you want, and our team will be more than happy to help. Like I said, we want to educate. So before you even commit to something, we have free versions available, both for business and both for just consumers, everyday users, to trial the product out and see the beauty of it for yourself.
In English and Lithuanian.
Yeah, Gerald, great to talk to. Great to talk to you, my friend. Yeah, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Have a good rest of the day.
You do the same.
I posted the link.
Gerald Kasulis, NordPass.com. Okay, time now. I can't turn the page for some
Race,
reason.
we got a sponsorship?
But yes, we do.
Perfect.
Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome.
The In Wheel Time race card is sponsored by Texas Nostalgia Modified Production, and Conrad has this.
And Texas Nostalgia Modified Production is racing this weekend at the Red Line Raceway in Caddo Mills, Texas, and on May 6th in Wichita Falls, Texas. So you want to go out and see some cool cars, head out to those two tracks this weekend and next weekend.
Gassers.
Check them out. Gassers.
Yeah.
Leaving on the clutch.
That's it.
Also, the 4-wide nationals last week were on in Las Vegas. You know, Erica didn't have the success we were hoping she would, but, you know, good racing. 4-wide is just confusing to me. The Gerber Collision and Glass Route 66 NHRA Nationals is May 19th through the 21st, which is at Route 66 Raceway. And then the Circle K 4-wide nationals is this weekend in Charlotte at the Charlotte Speedway.
It's in Charlotte, right?
It's in Charlotte.
NASCAR's in Talladega this weekend,
go.
and today they're having both the truck race and the Xfinity race. Tomorrow will be the Cup race, the NASCAR cars.
Watch cars do 200 miles an hour around the 10-mile oval. It's not quite that much, but
2.66 mile
Yeah, it's nuts.
tri-oval.
You done?
Whatever.
And then Laguna IMSA is at Laguna Seca on the 14th of May.
Thank you. Time now for Jeff's 5 weirdest engines ever made. We're all waiting. I threw out one, and he said it's not weird enough. I said, okay, well, fine. Then you go.
All right. Well, strange but true. The weirdest engines in automotive history. The combustion engine is arguably the single most important part of the modern automobile. Without it, cars simply wouldn't function. There have been hundreds of different engine designs through the modern automobile era. Some are much weirder than others. And what we have here is the Czeta V16T engine. It's a unique and powerful engine, and in the V16T sports car, made this engine special that it had 16 cylinders arranged in a V shape. The arrangement made the engine very powerful, very capable of producing up to 540 horsepower.
Wow, 16 cylinders to produce 500 horsepower. I got that and half that out there in the driveway.
The V16 engine is also designed with a unique cooling system and has 2 radiators, one in the front and one in the back of the car. This helped keep the engine running cooler even at high speeds. The V16T engine was rare and exclusive. Only a limited number of these V16s are available. It is a Testarossa killer, is what it stated.
Okay. Until it comes time to work on one.
Yep.
It's like taking your Jag in somewhere.
Oh, don't even go there.
The next one is a Wankel rotary engine. Felix Wankel, a German engineer, invented the Wankel rotary engine in 1950. Unlike traditional piston engines, the Wankel engine used a rotor that spins inside little Wankel oval-shaped chamber to create the power. The design also lets the engine be more compact, lightweight, while also providing smooth and high revving power, Mike.
And what a great sound on the race
However,
car.
the Wankel engine has some drawbacks, including low fuel efficiency, higher emissions compared to traditional piston engines. Various vehicles have utilized Wankel engines, including cars, motorcycles, airplanes, and its distinctive technology continues to captivate and intrigue enthusiasts.
And it's an oil burner.
There's one at we see over at Craig's place. There's a gentleman that has one.
Yes.
The next one
sounds really weird.
Yeah, it does. It's kind of loud. The Bugatti W16. The Bugatti W16 engine is a powerful and unique engine used in the Bugatti Veyron. It's a hypercar. What sets this engine apart from all the other is the W shape, which means it has 16 cylinders again, arranged in 4 banks of cylinders each. The design allows the engine to be incredible power, up to 1,500 horsepower in some versions, and it had a quad turbo, direct injection, variable valve timing. So it's
what
a bad boy.
Nightmare that
Yeah.
was.
$25,000 oil change.
It's a bad boy there.
What?
$25,000 oil
Kind of like
change.
that Jaguar that doesn't have a dipstick.
There you go.
Well, it does have a dipstick.
The one that's driving it, yeah, exactly.
Tucker Type 335. Who can forget this? The Tucker 334 engine was different than the other engine from this period. It incorporated a direct drive torque converter, which eliminated the need for traditional transmission. A torque converter transmits the engine power directly to the rear wheels. This design allowed the car to start and accelerate smoothly without the need for shifting gears.
What is it, a flat 4?
It looks to be that way. Yep.
I think it's a flat 6. I think this also had an airplane application.
It did. Yeah,
Continental engine or something like that.
Only a few prototypes exist. The Tucker 334 engine remains an interesting piece of automotive history. It showcased the innovative thinking and technology of its time, and it was still notable in additional markets today. The technology that went into this engine is the stuff of legends you seldom see now.
That's the same guy that made the Tucker automobile?
Exactly.
Yep.
What a brilliant man.
Mm-hmm. Who got screwed.
Big time.
Conrad, this is for you, my friend. The Oldsmobile F-85 Jetfire. Look at that, baby. The F-85 Jetfire was a special kind of engine used in some cars in the 60s. It was different from other engines because it used a special kind of fuel called, what? Turbo rocket fuel.
But it used regular gasoline, and then there was a container of basically methanol,
rocket fuel,
and it would methanol injected, trying to cool the combustion.
And if you got there where you're going, you could drink the methanol. This fuel made the engine more powerful and faster than other engines. The Jetfire was a performance engine with a lot of pep in its step, and its engine displacement was a crucial part of the performance. It's a good engine back then in the 60s. It put Oldsmobile on the map with consumers. Oldsmobile was once a pioneer force in automotive world, long before Tesla and other automakers.
Thanks, Jeffrey.
You're welcome.
That was a great story. Love that. Yeah.
Good stuff. And I got a really good one next week.
What's it going to be?
I can't tell you.
What?
Tune in next week.
Okay.
It's about tune-ins?
Tuners.
You know, you could tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish.
Yeah, I know.
Mars, are you even with us this morning?
He is.
He's said about 3 words.
I'm trying not to laugh at these
Stupid jokes.
Sad jokes.
The N-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Oh, God. It's ad nauseum. Through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for N-Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, and NWheelTime.com. Podcasts are at your fingertips on over a dozen of the most popular podcast outlets, probably one that you use.
Mm-hmm.
The N-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
Are you a car enthusiast? Come experience the 27th Annual Keels and Wheels Classic Car and Boat Show. Join us Saturday, May 6th and Sunday, May 7th at the Lakewood Yacht Club in Seabrook. This fun family event features vintage and contemporary race cars from Le Mans, Indy, Formula One, NASCAR, and much more. See classic and vintage boats of all types, not to mention American and European pre- and post-war classics. Pre-sale tickets are $30. Students are just $15. Children 12 and under are free. Purchase your tickets today at keelsandwheels.com.
Everyone at the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, thank you for participating in the best cruise in around and look forward to seeing you again. You'll hear about the next cruise-in date right here on In-Wheel Time. Next time you're in the West Houston Energy Corridor area, be sure and stop in at the original Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex at I-10 and Highway 6 or the Katy location on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard. When passing through Beaumont or College Station, stop in and have Loopy's award-winning beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. There's always a celebration at Loopy Tortilla. Loopy Tortilla founder Stan Holt and his wife Sheila are winning racers on the NHRA drag racing circuit and have a collection of hot rods and classics that everyone appreciates. Look for them at the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In. The date will be announced soon and will once again be held at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex on 99 and Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 and Katy. We'll give you all the details right here on the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show and online. Donations benefit God's Garage. We'll see you then. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.